We'd like to say hello to you all there at Faith from the Galegor family. I'm Steve Galegor. This is my wife, Melanie, and we're located in northern New Jersey, just about 10 miles outside of Manhattan, uh, in the back window of the home where we are here. Um, it's always great to greet you all. We began our journey in ministry with you all there at Faith back in the early 1990s when I was working as a landscape architect downtown there in Fort Collins, and Faith was our church. And our church family at that time, and through the years, and a couple of mission trips to Albania that led us to moving to Albania, being sent by the church, together with Aida Rader, who many of you know there, and we miss her. And spent 5 years in Albania, initially learning the language and helping to establish a church in the southeastern part of the country, and then moved here to the New York area. Following that, to begin the first work among ethnic Albanians in North America, back in 2000, 2000, fall of 2000. So we've been here ever since. Lived in New York City for about 8 years, and moved out here to New Jersey just 13 years ago next month, right about this time. Um, Again, all our greetings to you, and we thank you for just your ongoing support and prayer, and glad to be able to give you a report on what's happened over this very strange year for us, as well as it has been for you and everyone in the world. Um, just to start off with our kids, this has been a big change this year for us. All of our kids have left home this year, all in one year. Our oldest son, Jonah, who grew up the first 5 years of his life in Albania with us, has moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and is pursuing a career down there and enjoying it a lot. I think seems to be, yeah, seems to be doing well and off on his own. And he's been just learning the ropes here on his own, away from home quite a ways now for since about July, I think, of last year. Um, Emma, our daughter, graduated from college a couple of years ago with a bachelor's degree in art history, and had been working in a couple of libraries here in the New Jersey area, and as of October, decided to move to Iowa. She's now in Ames, Iowa, working in the public library there in Ames, continuing the work that she started here, and is looking to start her graduate studies next fall at the University of Iowa in, how would you want to say the,
Online. She's going to be doing online work.
yeah, it's online work, but it's a specialization in library science,
Oh, yeah.
particularly in book restoration,
Yeah.
old book restoration. She's very, very art oriented and book oriented, so she's found a perfect niche working in an artistic way with books. So that's where she's going. Our youngest, Caleb, started college this year, right in the middle of all this COVID stuff. Finished homeschool. He was our only one that went all the way through 12 grades of homeschooling. So Melanie's done. Uh, this year was the crowning achievement, and he is now a freshman at Messiah University in central Pennsylvania, Mechanicsburg, right around the Harrisburg area, private Christian school out there. So with some scholarship help and things that he's done, and just wanted to be in that location, and with the degrees that they offered is there. First semester was a little rough with the COVID situation and getting adjusted, and really first time on his own outside of home. So we just started the second semester, a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you want to say about Caleb, how he's doing? And
no, just pray for him that he holds up well and
yeah,
enjoys his time there.
yeah, tough year to try to make university work and learn all the new stuff with that, with all the restrictions and protocols. So, but so far so good. It has been an interesting year with ministry. Um, One thing about our Albanians that we minister with here, for the longest time, they've been technologically savvy and a technological tribe, we call them. There are more Albanians outside of Albania than there are in Albania and Kosovo in southeastern Europe. So they've, they're ahead of the curve on Facebook and Viber and WhatsApp and some of the things that we're getting used to. Zoom has been a new one. But the two churches that we work directly with here in New Jersey in our location and in the southern tip of Brooklyn, have both really moved mostly to Zoom. We've done some in-person things now and then, not so much in Brooklyn. New York has been a very, very difficult situation for everyone involved, and with the different restrictions there. So much of that has been on Zoom. In the midst of all that, we've been able to connect with everybody, as well as new people that have been able to be drawn into that. One of those families that continues on with is the Kaloshi family. Many of you understand we're praying and know about the little young boy that we were able to sponsor and bring over here. They were down in Philadelphia at a ministry location. A colleague of mine who housed them there for well over a year. I mean, it was over a year. Yeah, a year and 3 or 4 months. He is fully got all the treatment he needed at Shriners for a very, very painful and debilitating condition, which was going to cripple him. He's now doing fine and developing well, and back in Albania, normal, with mom and dad there in their hometown, and they connect with us on Zoom. So in about an hour, it's 4 o'clock in the morning in Albania. They'll be connecting with us as we connect on Zoom with the Brooklyn and New Jersey church, and they have come to know the Lord and are walking with Him, are involved with the church there that we worked with to help get them over here. So God's created opportunities like that, and as well with other people that we had never really been able to draw into the physical meeting location. Albanians have drawn one another into that too. So it's been great to see that, and it's led to new contacts, but also new opportunities too. Some of those new contacts have been people who really needed help. Over the last year, we raised among our churches, and with the help of many of you and others like you, about $20,000 we gave away to help Albanians in the city who didn't have documentation yet, or in political asylum process, or things like that. We're not getting those stimulus checks or any help socially. We were able to pay rent for 2 or 3 months for many of them, and helped, I think, in the total of about 6 or 7 families, and a couple of them are still very connected to the church. And again, one of them, Alda, I believe, is really, I think she's very following the Lord, or very close. Her brother in Albania connected me with her in the church where we used to serve in Korcha, and they've made a connection now spiritually as well. So great things to happen. The Albanians themselves have actually started some ministries, seeing what we've been doing. One has been a group of ladies that have started. I don't know when you guys started, Mel, and you can say a little bit about that, what you do on Zoom on Saturdays.
Yeah, 36 weeks ago exactly, because one of the women in the Albanian church took it upon herself to gather the women on Zoom. She found a video-based Bible study that we watched together and discussed together, and it's been a really great time. I was skeptical in the beginning. It's on Saturday afternoons. How long are we going to be able to do this? 36 weeks so far, and it's a 40-week series, so we'll be finishing it up soon, and then hopefully find another one and continue. But they really enjoy staying in touch, praying together. It's been especially good for a couple of the young moms in the church who have little kids, who find it very hard when we are able to meet together. They find that very difficult to get out and do. So they are thrilled to be able to be connected with the church still and with other women, and it's been a real blessing to all of us. So.
Yeah. And maybe out of jealousy, the guys decided they wanted to do something similar. So about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we began a Saturday night study. I just got off with 2 of the Albanian guys, one in Brooklyn and one who's at work in Manhattan, taking a break. And we're studying Gene Getz's book, The Measure of a Man, together. So those are the kinds of things that have been happening that the electronic means has stimulated. Wouldn't have happened otherwise. So we've seen a lot of that happening. People coming to the Lord. We just baptized 4 young men a few weeks ago. Well, actually, it was back around Thanksgiving time, I think. The time is rolling on. The work has also progressed overseas too, and a lot of my focus as well is shifting in that direction. Working with, I'm doing a doctor of ministry program together with a team of 6 other guys in several churches around Albania and Kosovo. We meet weekly, and we've made very good progress because of that sort of weekly accountability that we've created. Sorry about our dog Poppy in the background, but anyway, it's time for her to go out probably. Um, but we've made good progress there, and we're now working on how to try to draw other leaders into uh, basically what we have is a 10-year teaching program, all translated into Albanian, that's done in a church-based way in our partnership with Build International. And so we're trying to expand the network and use electronic means now that everybody's familiar with it, to draw other leaders into beginning some training that they would be able to take into their churches for discipleship and life and ministry development. Those resources are all in Albanian. We have it ready. We've been working on that since 2000, and have some more to go. But we're getting to a point where we may be accredited by the government in Kosovo as well as Albania for recognized theological education degrees in those countries that is done right in the life of the local church. So pray about that. I need to get funding underneath that and build a benefactor team for the next 5 years to really, really see that come to fruition, and leverage more and more electronic means, and probably some travel still. We'll see how that works. Probably not this year is going to be much overseas travel, but we'll see. Normally I'm 3 or 4 times a year in Albania. I'm doing a similar kind of thing in Ukraine now. Albanian work has leapt to a key church that I'm working with in Kiev that has a network of about 100 and some churches in the country, and I've been there 3 times in Kiev. And work with them online as well, helping them develop church-based theological education in their network, particularly in a large church of about 1,500 people in Kiev. And I have a great relationship with that team. So you can pray for that work too. And that's another one where funding is going to have to come in somewhere along the way. Right now, I'm just doing what I can with the resources that we have and they have. And I started in training like that grew out of those 2 works with a team in Amsterdam earlier in January, helping them to learn some tools. They've wanted to begin to form a unified network, and they found the Build resources and contacted me, and I've been representing what Build's doing with them and taking them on training. So I meet with them every Wednesday for a couple hours. Great group of guys there in Amsterdam. So other things like that are on the horizon, but those are the things that are going on right now, and we'll continue into the year ahead. So continue to pray for us as we make all these adjustments and try to figure out what lies ahead. Things are still pretty uncertain around here with the population that we have, and so it's been rough for us with the COVID thing from March on, and continues to be, particularly with the situation in New York City and the limitations that brings. So we're looking forward to warm weather in the summer where we can get out again, get a little more freely meeting with people outdoors. We try to be limited in what we do indoors, especially in large groups, because of the prevalence of the infection around here. We miss you all. We miss Colorado. Loved our years there, and miss fly fishing over the mountains and skiing in the winter. But God has us here for now, and we're making the best of the opportunities put before us and the stewardship that we have. Thanks for sharing in our stewardship among the Albanian people. A lot has been accomplished so far since 1995 when we launched out, and a lot lies ahead, and it is center to our life work wherever we are, and there's much to do. So we appreciate your part in that, and pray for you often, and always want to hear from you as much as we can. Feel free to contact us in whatever way possible. But we thank you. We love you all, and miss everyone, especially those that we know there have known since our young married days.
Yep.
Yeah, we go back a ways. God bless you all, and look forward to hearing from you all soon.